The Frames Per Second podcast. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to a new episode of the Frames Per Second podcast. My name is Kenneth B. Inge. Joining me on the show, we have Spike, Mike, and Rod. What up?
Yo, what's good, man? What up, though?
Mickey 17 is a 2025 science fiction black comedy film written, produced, and directed by Bong Joon-ho.
Oh, Jesus.
What is it?
That's close. I thought you were going to butcher it.
Oh, okay.
It's Bong Joon-ho.
So you do say the J?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you do. It's not like Spanish. I think the J is pronounced.
Yeah. Based on the 2022 novel Mickey 7 by Edward Ashton. It stars Robert Pattinson in the title role alongside Naomi Aki, Stephen Yoon.
You know him?
Yeah, I know him, but I don't know how to say his name.
Yeah.
Tony Collette and Mark Ruffalo. Jesus Christ.
Start all them. Just normal ass American names. Where's Jones and Smith and Franks?
But yeah, it's a sci-fi flick.
You remember Naomi?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep. I do. She's been in a few films now. I'm starting to, so she must have had a period where she was really busy. But I didn't know this was a sci-fi film because I was looking for movies to go see, and I just saw the poster. I was like, that doesn't look interesting. It looked like some war film, so I skipped it, and then later came back around and I think I saw like an article or something pop up about Robert Pattinson or kind of describing this sci-fi sort of thing, and that's why I was like, okay, sci-fi, I'll go watch it, but still didn't look into what it was about, and and then I saw people having conversations about it, and then here we are. So let's go ahead and get into the movie. So Bong actually mentioned that he intentionally set this like 30 years from present day because his thought process is that we're not far from what some of the things that you see in this movie. So yeah, I thought that was interesting that he said that. But the movie kind of tackles capitalism, global warming, AI in an interesting manner as well. But what you guys think about the movie?
Don't start with me because I want to know what am I tripping.
I thought it was okay. I wasn't like, oh man, I don't want to be here. It was interesting, especially like with current climate of today. So I thought it was an interesting take on what could possibly happen years ahead, and you start thinking about like certain things that people are doing, millionaires and stuff, or rich billionaires or whatever, the moves that they're making. So yeah, I thought it was interesting. I did think it was interesting. My main takeaway from this was Robert Pattinson, man, got some acting chops, man, for real. Like I was really to see him as Batman, and then this guy is like, damn, it's like drastic. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, this dude actually can really act. So yeah, that was one of my I won't say my takeaways, but yeah, I thought it was interesting enough. It kept me intrigued.
Mike?
No. No.
Okay.
Nope.
Y'all so linear, man.
Yeah. That's not true, but no.
I was waiting on a response to that.
I really liked Okja. I thought Okja was a brilliant film. I really liked Snowpiercer.
Yeah, Snowpiercer. Yeah.
I really, really, really liked The Host. I did not really love Parasite. So I wasn't like bugging out to go see his new film. Y'all kept mentioning it, and I think Jalen said 3 times it's Bong Joon-ho's new film. I forgot even into me clicking play. And no, I don't care for this film. And before y'all start typing, it's not because I don't understand it. It's this movie was this. You have to no, I don't want to say that. This movie was very fucking obvious about what they were doing. It was very, very obvious. But just as a filming or a film watching experience, I was like, I hate being here. I hate being here. This is pissing me off. I want to go home.
The same dude did Parasite did this?
Wow. And you love Parasite, didn't you?
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I've been meaning to go rewatch it.
I really liked Parasite. This movie sucked. Oh, I was just like, Mike, I was so mad that I watched it. It had to be. I went to the movies to see it too. And it was like, oh my God. Like it was, and part of the reason because it was very obvious, as you said, there was nothing intriguing about it. They didn't take any time building up any of the characters that I should have. Like it was just so bad. I couldn't believe it was this bad. It's like one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Jesus,
I swear,
it's not that bad.
I swear it was. Ken, I was sitting there. I ran out of there when the credits came on, bro.
Crazy.
Like I couldn't wait to see directed. So I jetted as soon. This movie sucked. God, this was bad.
Damn, yo.
It was bad, man. Dude, the fake Trump guy, like he was trying to act like Trump. Did y'all get that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Nothing was intriguing about this movie.
Oh man.
I wouldn't go as far as saying it sucked, but everything else Spike said, I'm with him. See, this was not intriguing at all.
No intrigue.
Damn. Because it just felt so goddamn simple.
Yes.
It was like, this is so simple.
I agree.
And like, I feel like if somebody walked out and like, I didn't get it. Like, bro, you just wasn't watching the movie.
You must have fell asleep.
You must have fell asleep or you were doing drugs while it was playing because this was so simple.
Do you think it was the comedy part of it?
I don't like comedy like that.
It was way too slapstick.
Yes.
Like that. It was over the top.
That's what I struggle with, not knowing what it was about, getting through it. It was like, okay, I see what we're doing. The aspect that I found interesting was, human printing,
that part was kind of cool.
And cloning, but you can see that their lack of empathy towards something that is expendable, which is very much in your space, which also would be tied to how people that run business or capitalism view workers, and also the religious ties of capitalism as well that intersects with that too. Humans' fixation on going to space, humans' fixation on living forever, but they're also their fear of death, as well. But it was the comedy. My first watch, because I rewatched it Saturday, so I can kind of start to put together an outline. But the first watch, halfway through, I was definitely falling asleep and was uninterested because I didn't expect like a comedy. And Mickey 17's like demeanor and the way he was behaving, and it was just like being meek and mild, and just I was like, what is going on here?
Yeah, I found it interesting though.
Yeah, the movie. I definitely don't think the movie sucked. I'm not in agreement with them. I think the movie is. I think the movie is fine. I enjoyed it. To a certain degree. But I didn't walk away with like, oh man, everybody that see this. I was actually surprised by the fact that it's still kind of sort of trending. They're gonna lose a lot of money on this though. They spent $118 million.
They'll make it back.
Right now they're struggling, bro. When I looked it up Saturday. What was it at 18? Hold on, I'm on Wikipedia now. I can look. Well, now they're at 67.3 million.
And how much you say they spent?
118.
So they're only like halfway.
Yeah. And I don't know if that's global, but yeah. Go ahead, Rod.
No, I was saying, don't get me wrong. I had no desire to see this. Like, only reason I was just like, maybe we should do it because I did see people talking about it, or I knew it was like a blockbuster film or whatever. So I was like, maybe we should cover that or whatever, because I know we were struggling trying to find something to cover in the theaters.
We should have kept struggling.
We should have been Novocaine.
Well, I've seen that too, but I wanted to see Opus. I wanted us to do Opus, honestly.
But you didn't say nothing about Opus?
I did.
He did bring it up.
I did bring up
Just
Opus.
didn't agree to do it.
Yeah, I just didn't agree to do it. Yeah. But so I was like, we do Make It 17.
Wait, did you say what Opus was? Did you say it was My Girl from the Bear?
Yeah,
He did. Yeah.
What? Was Was I here?
You were.
Like right in this room. You may not have been like here, but
Right.
Damn.
I
yeah.
threw it out there.
I would have much rather do Opus than this.
I
haven't
would.
seen
I
Opus
almost
yet, but-
text y'all like, yo, y'all sure y'all want to do Mickey 17?
I wish you had.
You
I wish
watched?
you
Have
had
you
to.
watched Opus?
Jeez,
I
wish
haven't
you
yet.
had.
Oh,
I haven't yet, but I wanted to. I wanted to go to movies to see that than this.
See, if you had sent that text
Mhm.
after, because I went to the theater and I fell asleep, and I was
Mhm.
so fucking mad.
Mhm.
I fell asleep, and then I guess this can be in there. Luckily, it showed up online, so I
Mhm.
was able to finish it at home.
Mhm.
But I was like Spike. I went to the theater, I fell asleep, and when I woke up, it was way later in the film, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck is happening, and I'm fucking mad at myself. But when I actually ended up seeing the rest of it, I was like, bro, I didn't miss shit. I would have much rather watched something else.
Yeah, I was this close to sending out the
I
text.
really wish you had, because I would want to go see Opus once I seen she was in it.
Yeah,
Me
yeah,
too.
yeah,
I'll see
yeah.
anything she's in.
Facts.
Yeah. I wanted to. I mean, I think we should still try to do it, honestly. But
Yeah.
I mean, cause we're a week behind on this, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
But
off Bong Joon-ho, bro.
Hmm?
I'm off.
Damn, for real?
I was never. I mean, like I
Well,
said, I didn't
yeah.
care about Parasite. I liked his movies before that. I forget. Mother was actually also pretty good.
Mother was yeah.
But it was just Parasite. I was like, it's fine. And then when people were like, it's the best horror movie of the past 10 years, I was like, wait, what? First of all, it's not a horror movie. And second of all, what the fuck are y'all talking about?
Yeah.
But I need to watch it again. Again, I've only seen it once.
Um,
But this, I was not excited to see.
yeah. But what I was gonna say is that my expectations were very low. I had no desire to see this because, like you said, the cover, nothing intrigued me
Nothing
about
was
this
appealing.
movie. Yeah, nothing.
Nothing.
I'm not like a big, huge Robert Pattinson fan and shit like that. So, yeah, I didn't have any desire to see it. It was strictly because, the buzz around it. But no, like I said, I walked away thinking it was fun. Was the theme simple? Was the theme simple? Sure, but I think it was very relatable, and I don't mind simple stories.
Yeah, sometimes you have to,
Mhm.
be very clear for
Yeah.
certain people, and that's kind of a thing of some of his movies. It definitely was with Parasite. So it didn't surprise me. This was the angle that he was going with,
Mhm.
but
I thought Naomi killed it, like especially her dialogue towards the end. Like
oh yeah,
that was really good.
So
Real quick, you got to
Uh-huh.
watch more Robert Pattinson films. Have you seen?
Yeah, I've seen most of them, but go ahead.
Well, I'm surprised by you saying that. Oh, he's got good acting chops. It's like he's been showing that for like a long time.
I haven't seen this guy though. That's my
Oh,
point.
I have.
Which movie?
Yeah, like if you look,
Which
what was the
movie?
movie where his brother was like
That's,
in trouble? Was it High Life?
yeah,
Is that
that's
what it's
High
called?
Life. Yeah.
You didn't get that he had amazing chops in that, and then
I
you put him on
did.
top. Well, yeah. So I'm confused.
I said I
like,
hadn't seen this guy. The character, the role he played here, like he played.
Well, that'd be
two
weird if you had,
different-
because it would be a weird movie if you already seen the character.
I know, but I'm saying like I didn't know he can do this type of guy. Like I've seen him do the Batman. I've seen him do High Life guys.
You saw Lighthouse,
Twilight,
right?
Lighthouse. I understand. I understand that he's a good actor. I just didn't know that he could pull this. I didn't know he had this in his bag.
I didn't think that he did a performance in this that was so amazing that it would be like, damn, this is so much better than everything else he's done.
He played like 3 different guys.
Yeah. So is Eddie
Yeah.
Murphy. So is Martin Lawrence.
Not like I mean,
I'm joking.
yeah, I get what
But
you're saying.
yeah, I mean, he was good, but I was just, I don't know, I was a little bit taken aback when you said that he has really good acting chops.
I didn't mean it like that. I know
Okay.
he does. I know he does. It just keeps surprising me. Like
Mm.
I feel like he's becoming like, yo, you need to put Robert Pattinson in.
Oh,
in
yeah,
discussion.
most definitely.
So that's what I mean. Like it's like wait, because I never put him for whatever reason. I never put him in those discussions as like top tier actors, even though I've seen him do some things. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But so yeah, this just for me, it's like okay,
Mhm.
yeah, wait a minute, we might have to start putting this dude in discussion. Like.
Oh, I
That's
think
what
he's
I
been
meant.
there for a minute, but yeah.
So
he's
yeah,
really
he
good.
wasn't
Not for
quite
you.
there. Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I mean. Because
Nah, he's good.
yeah, he felt like 2 different guys. Like I was like, oh shit. I mean, it's the same actor, but he felt so different.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, he did do a good job of playing.
He
those
did.
both
17 and
roles.
18. He seemed
Yeah.
like 2 different guys.
well, this movie takes place in 2054. Mickey Barnes, at the time as he's known, and his friend Timu, who was Glenn from Walking Dead and other
Like-
movies actually.
Thank God it was Glenn.
They owe money to a loan shark, and they decide to leave Earth. But actually, the movie starts with
Mhm.
him actually being on the planet and falling down this hole in in this cliff or whatever, and Timu asking, what does it feel like to die? And then taking his flamethrower and just leaving him there because he's going to be reprinted again. And then we kind of go back in time. How they told the story, I mean, it's not anything new to that. That didn't bother you guys at all? How they kind of jumped around a little bit? Okay.
Yes, it did. It took away all the stakes. Like they
It
did.
what?
It took
The
away all the
stakes.
stakes. Like
Oh,
they didn't.
got you.
They didn't build up the story enough. I feel like, and then the actual story that they were telling wasn't good enough for them to jump around like that.
Damn, I'm with Spike. This is crazy. I'm with Spike. The story was not interesting enough for me to care about y'all jumping around.
Yeah.
Because it's not like I was like, oh,
Like, how they get there?
that's how we got. I didn't give a fuck how we got there.
None of it mattered, bro.
Well,
So,
anyway, yeah, they owe money to a guy, Darius Blank, who will come back around later on. In the commentary, he was saying that Darius doesn't care about money, but he cares about death and killing people. He basically killed people that owe him money, the loan sharks, and they do capture them, and then what he does is sit there and chop them up. So again, kind of a bit of a small message there. But they end up leaving to go colonize another planet called Niflheim. And Mickey agrees to take this job, Nikki and Timu, because they were like, we're going to get off the planet. So, and he said that everybody has money problems. And they have these anti-migrationists. Then there's this conversation about fixing Earth versus leaving for another planet. I was just watching a Neil deGrasse Tyson video when they were asking him about Elon trying to leave Earth. And he was talking about like, well, if they can terraform Earth, why can't they just fix Earth here? So I thought it was interesting that conversation was taking place there. And then I looked at it, was like Niflheim is in Norse mythology, a cold, dark, misty world of the dead ruled by the goddess Hel. So anyway, you guys already picked up this Kenneth Marshall guy was supposed to be Trump. You can see him doing some of the little Trump dance.
Trying to talk like
too much.
It was too
way
much because it was like, damn, this is really obvious, and this is like, this isn't creative. And I think Mark Ruffalo's a great actor, but in this, I was just like, this is stupid.
This was a disrespect for his acting skills. Really.
Kind of. That's how I
y'all
felt
think
too.
so?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like Mark Ruffalo's
Even given the context
He's
that it
above
is
this.
supposed to be like this, that is kind of like more likely the approach that this film needed in terms of in this dark comedy and this over the top eccentric kind of.
I guess when it comes to movies like this, I'd like to have to think about it and be like, oh, I see what they're going for, as opposed to just being like, bam, here's Trump. Bam, we colonize this other place. Bam, also, here are the Native Americans. Bam, here's this. Bam. And it's like, all right, dude, like, I feel like you're making this movie for people that have never seen movies. Like, we've all seen film. We know how to we know how to figure out what the message is, but this is just like, the message was too forward.
Yeah, I got Starship Trooper vibes or whatever. Like, I don't need like a not necessarily hidden message, but sometimes I like it like that in your face message. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this dude is clearly Trump. This is like when people like trying to go to Mars, like why are they trying to go to Mars and all of these things? Like what is actually happening here on Earth or whatever. So no, I like the kind of in your face type of thing. Approach they took.
Yeah, because clearly they have fucked up the Earth, so they got to leave.
Yeah,
and it was just like he had this corporation and this financial backing by this religious group. And corporation, which was the Christian. So they kind of set everything up in the beginning. But the human printing part was interesting. And
called Expendables.
Yeah, the Expendables. And he was an expendable because he didn't have any skills.
Right.
And, of course, again, very in your face, if you don't have any skills, you got to do whatever it takes. And you're at the lowest of the low.
Yeah.
So very upfront, very in your face message, as Mike already alluded to. But this printing method, which is Siler, uses organic material and it recycles it to create raw materials for the human body. It takes 20 hours to complete, and then a personality backup is done every week to prevent a big memory gap. And they use a special solution to re-inject the memories back into him. One of the memories that he had was he killed his mom. At least he thought he killed his mom by pressing the red button in the car. And he kept mentioning something about the smell with the woman, and I was wondering if that was a smell that reminded him of his mom. But and then the other part is once he did that, she made him kill himself to show faith in the system, and also because it was his job. But what did you guys think about the human printing process?
That was a neat part of it. Like, that was a neat part of the movie. Again, like, the problem with the movie is they just took away all the stakes. So if I know he can come back, like, I feel like it could have been a better reveal with the human printing process versus them just overtly telling us, "Hey, this is what happens," because it takes away the stakes of the movie. Like, they always gonna make
Not really.
another
They added stakes later.
They did.
when you talking about the duplicate.
Yeah, the multiples. Yeah.
Yeah, because he didn't, because you're re-injecting his memory or whatever. He understands that like I like that part where he's just like, well, if I die, I don't come back this time because I basically been skipped. So now I'm actually dying. I'm actually feel that death because I'm not. He's like, you'll be recreated again, but not me. So that the stakes are raised at that point. No,
Well,
so Mickey 17. So Mickey 17. He didn't the creatures on the aliens or what? Well, not aliens, but yeah, the creatures on this planet didn't kill him, so he survived.
Right.
So because he survived, he wasn't destroyed. So now Mickey 18 is now there, and he was gonna try to kill him. He's like, why? You're just gonna come back? He's like, well, actually, I'm not, because you're gonna come back. When I die, yeah. When I die, I'm dead forever. Like, so now he's like, but if you die, you're gonna come back and have that memory of yourself, but I'm not gonna have that. So he wants to live.
Yeah, and up to that point, you know, there were no repercussions, Spike, as you're alluding to, for him dying. The only thing that was impacting him when it comes to death was that he felt all of it. Mm-hmm. You know, but for him and for everybody else, there was this disregard for him because you're just going to come back. Mm-hmm. You know, the interesting part is he would come back as a different version of himself, which they talked about later on, but
nonetheless, he'll come back.
Yeah, he'll come back. But yeah, so yeah, I using excess waste materials to recreate an expendable, again, is kind of another very much so like basically recycling, but you're recycling all the trash and stuff from space that they're using.
That was it was a cool message, but that was like I felt was like a just commentary on class. It's like feeding the lower class the shit that we don't want, and then you're creating new humans, based on the shit that we're feeding you. Again, I like all of the messaging. I just thought it was a little bit too on the nose. But I did really like how they did the printer, like how he would
flop out,
come out and then go back in, and then I thought that was actually pretty cool. But once we got to the part where there were two of them, I swear to God, the second they started fighting, I was like, man, come on, bro. Come on, bro. It's like, we get it. But maybe other folks don't. But I was just like, this is boring to me. Because it's like, okay, now you're making commentary on, hey, there are these two people that are in the same, class group. And they're fighting each other because that's what the system wants. And it's like, bro, I don't really need this, man.
I don't think people will pick that up, but yeah.
That's what I just said. You love to do that.
I'm sorry.
I literally just said, well, maybe, oh, you don't. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
So we learn a little bit more.
Are you smart, Mike?
It's not about being smart, because I say all the time, I'm never the smartest person in the room, just the loudest. It's not about me being smart. It's just about, I think this movie wasn't very smart.
But I think it needs to be palatable, which is probably why, because we see this shit all the time. People doing think piece on simple, well, I won't say simple things, but you get what I'm saying. Like, we see people, like, as soon as they can kind of see a message, they want to dig into it. And I like that. I like that some stuff isn't so hidden to where you want to look deeper into it.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think there was anything deeper to look into with this. Like, he did this message with Snowpiercer, and it was done so much better. Mm-hmm. This message, I don't think there was really anything to dig deep into. I think it was pretty much on its face. That's why I thought it was boring, because it was like, I'm not like with Snowpiercer. I was like, damn, that's actually a crazy concept. Like, y'all are in the front of the train, there's the back of the train, and da-da-da.
Yeah.
I was enjoying breaking this down, but with this, I was just like, there's nothing to chew on.
Yeah, I just think it's another way of saying that same story, in my opinion. Because I mean, you're adding the element of being like, would you actually take a job like that where you know you're basically gonna be immortal?
He didn't even read it.
You're gonna be immortal at the end of the day. Yeah, you're gonna die every day, but you can come back to life. Like,
But the thing with him is that he just took the job. He didn't even read over it, so he didn't even know what came with the job until he had it.
yeah, I feel you, but we do like, I think people do that a lot. They
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah, they
we
do.
sign off on things all the time.
Yeah.
So you know, we don't know what we're signing off on. So I think it does, as simple as it may be, I think it's something that people might look into. Like, damn, what the fuck are they building this fucking hotel in fucking space for, and all this other shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? What is really happening when you said you would eat like print made food and shit? Like, it's something to really think about. Like, what are we actually doing? Are we the test dummies? Like, is the lower middle, whatever class are test dummies for some of this shit? I don't know. I thought it was interesting.
Well, we also just get a bit more information on the spaceship. They have racial allotments. Food is everything. People is in a hunger to go to space, but they don't realize that you lose a lot in space. Like, you know, I think these things have to be, you know, preserved. We get introduced to two more characters. One more character, Nasha Barrett, and we see a little bit more about. Well, this is the first time we see, I think, Kenneth and Ilfa on screen, Marshall and Ilfa on screen, and Mickey and Nasha develops a relationship.
Wait, is Nasha Naomi Aki?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you like her acting in here?
Her acting?
Well, what did you think about her in this movie?
Oh, man.
She did not do anything for me in this movie.
Damn, not even at the
her
end.
acting performance is what got y'all?
Man,
Oh, I
not
was
even
just
at the
asking
end.
No, I'm talking to Rod.
Oh.
Because he's
Well, I like
puffing
her.
and puffing and switching
because
around in
I
his
thought
chair.
she was fine. I thought she was really
saying
good.
fine is
Okay,
not
I'm
the same
sorry. I
thing
thought
as
she
really
was good.
good.
I thought she was good.
Yeah, I didn't say she was bad. I just said, like, what did I say now?
Oh, no.
Because your reaction threw me off. I'm pretty sure I said, oh, she didn't do anything for me with her acting performance.
And I was
That
saying,
doesn't
like,
mean she's bad. It just means, like, okay.
All right.
Like, you were making me think, like, damn, did I miss, like, a Oscar-worthy performance?
I thought the monologue at the end was pretty damn good.
I don't remember
She
the
told her
monologue. We
speech.
haven't got there
You know,
yet.
she told
Yeah.
the speech.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
She
Oh
was
man,
standing at
she
the
was just like,
podium
"We're
and
not
shit.
aliens, you fucking idiots! Like you are the fucking aliens!" Like she
Oh,
just
that
went on.
part? That part got you? That part got you?
Yes. Oh man.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I was like, okay,
man.
it's not even like you're saying the quiet part out loud. You're fucking. That's why I felt like this movie was talking to me like I'm dumb. It's like, bro, we already put this together. They're aliens because Trump calls people aliens, but they're actually indigenous to the land, and you took their land.
It was
It's
the
like,
way she did it. The way she did it with the passion behind it. That's all. Like again, I don't know.
Look, don't let me.
No, I'm
my
not.
non-enjoyment of the movie. Don't let me take away from your enjoyment. I am glad you love this movie.
Well, Spike shit on us some more too.
Yeah. Did you watch the movie twice?
Nah, her performance didn't.
Oh yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Her performance didn't move me at all. I think again they rushed the relationship. Like he glanced at her, and then the next moment they kissing and they married. Like it just they didn't flesh enough stuff out. I agree with Mike in the sense of like y'all act like I'm in kindergarten, bro, first grade. Like it's a fucking Berenstein Bears movie.
Yo, Berenstein Bears. Yo,
I'm with Spike again.
Like, bro,
but you learned a lot from Berenstein Bears.
you did, man. When I
was a child.
when I was a kid, when I was a kid, it helped me a lot, right?
I know it did. I'm sure it did.
I think that the reason why it may have been so like, you know, Berenstein Bears like is that, you know, him just picking 30 years from the future is that he feels like there's a sense of urgency. He said, I try to code the shit. Y'all motherfuckers ain't listening.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to just sit here and just give it to you, bro.
That's a fair
He
point.
didn't have to code it because the thing about it is the coding wasn't necessarily the issue. Yes, it was super on the nose, but what Spike just alluded to is why the on the nose shit bothered me, because it was like, y'all gave me no reason to give a fuck about Robert 17, 18, 19, 20, or 38 at all. You gave me no real reason to give a fuck about Nasha at all. And if the whole point is, hey, they represent the poor and most people don't care about the poor, fine. But if I'm the audience, it feels like you should be kind of trying to switch that message up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm actually going to read the book because I didn't know this was based off a novel.
You're not
until I
going to
was
read that
prepping
book,
for it.
Are you? You like
I did
sci-fi?
download it. Yeah.
You like sci-fi?
Because I'm kind of curious if what much has changed. I mean, I got the core of what they're talking about. I mean, it's anyway. But I think it was very accelerated. I do agree, because it was 4.5 years from when they left to when they got to Niflheim. And in between that, there were Mickey's 1. We went through Mickey's 1 through 16. And we saw a lot of them not a lot of them, but we saw them being used for different tests and stuff like that. On the spaceship, and then they get to the planet, and he's sent out there to, help them develop a vaccine for the planet. And he was being put through some, like, this shit looked like it was just painful. And, he was like, I hate dying.
You told him breathe it in like it's a disease. Breathe.
He was like, yeah, it was one, a lethal one.
Yeah.
So once they had the vaccine, they sent out a pair of scouts to go on the planet, and one of them dies in the dumbest of ways.
Yeah. She was stupid.
Yeah, that was idiotic to just shoot up and think you're not going to get, like, destroyed.
You're in a cave, dumb
Yeah,
fuck.
I didn't get that. But the simple-minded president decided to name the thing Creeper. What you guys think of the creatures? Now we get a chance to see them, because they thought they were being attacked, but I don't think they were. It looked like a little kid, like a little puppy or something that wanted to play.
But it jumped on his face though when they went in there.
Not him. It jumped on the girl thought she was being attacked. That's when they started just
when they went in the
spraying up
cave, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't know what its intention was. We
Right.
don't know if it was going to hurt them. It was just like,
Playing with them.
yeah, it could have
Got
just
it,
been
got
playing
it.
around.
Yeah.
So, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's clear, like a basically about human assumptions about things that they don't know, and the
anything
fear that things that they are unaware of, are intended to kill them.
Right.
Because that was one of the things he said. He said, "Look at it, it's a lust for human flesh." He don't know that because he wasn't even there.
I thought it was a take on xenophobia
Oh, I didn't think that.
of the United, typical Americans being like, well, here are these people. They must be here to hurt us. We view everybody other than, even sometimes natural born citizens, but everybody other than natural born citizens are out to get us. And it was like, they go to this land, which is the same thing the Pilgrims did, and they find people already there, and they're like, okay, we got to wipe them out because they're here to hurt us, and we want this land. And again, it was just like, dude, this is too obvious. Like, can you do something cool with the creepers, maybe? But their answer was no, we cannot. We're just going to make them roly-polies with little
With
wiener
tentacles.
arms that look kind of like the things from Dune. It's like, all right,
Damn, it did look like the worm from Doom.
big dick worms.
So he was punished. He halved his rations and stuff like that. So, and then now we're back where we were in the beginning, where we see the creature actually saves him, drives it up to the top. Did you guys think that he was going to be eaten, or that he was that he was actually trying to save him?
Yeah, it looked like a save to me than an eating thing.
Okay.
To me, yeah. But I'm simple-minded though, so.
Okay. So anyway, so now we get introduced to the multiple. So boom, here's the movie. Like, now there are two of them, and they gave the backstory of, like, the potential societal threats of cloning, where you have this bad scientist running around creating clones of himself, being
That was
turned into a
interesting.
serial
That
killer.
was the most interesting part of the movie.
I'm with you
They
again.
should have stayed there.
Yep.
Yep, they should have
They should've
stayed there
stayed
for a
there?
little bit.
Yes. They should have explored that because that was
Facts.
actually interesting. The person using his own clones to go kill other people and then having a that was
Alibi.
actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
Ala Manikovich, I think, or Manikova is the name.
Why was he killing homeless people?
Because
Serial killer.
Unhoused or whatever.
that's what rich people would do, wouldn't they? If they want to experiment on killing people, they would kill somebody that nobody's going to notice they're gone.
Yeah, but I thought he was just killing people just for. I didn't understand like the motive.
He was doing it for sport.
Yeah,
And
what I thought.
that's what I felt like he was doing it for. Like what Mike said is like, if you're gonna kill people for sport, you're gonna start there. Not
Remember
be-
Surviving the Game?
Surviving the game.
With Ice-T.
With Ice-T and Charles Dutton, Rock.
Oh, man,
You don't remember
I
this? Okay, so
remember
they were basically getting either poor people or homeless people, and they were taking them out to this area, and then they were hunting them.
I think.
And they were doing this because they knew that the poor would not be missed.
Mm-hmm.
So I took it as that's why this guy was doing it. Unless they said something different that I somehow missed. But I think that's why he was doing it, because the easiest people to kill are people that no one else is looking for.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, I remember this. Wow.
Yeah, man. Yeah, they picked the wrong one,
Surviving
bro. Yeah, for me, I was interested in because I was like, damn, how do you punish clones? You know, and they were like, how do you punish a multiple? And you know, they did this whole one body, one soul thing that they were talking about, but it's like, what do you do? Do you punish them differently? Who's responsible for the murders?
Like is one like a accomplice or something? What do you say? Is it accomplice when you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that was interesting. Like that
Yeah.
was good. Like, cause like, what was his thought process behind it? Did the clone do it on his own, or was he telling them to do it? Like that. That was the most interesting part.
Yeah, they made it seem like the main guy was the one doing the killing, but he was sending the clones to work so he'd have an alibi. Like, make a whole movie out of that shit.
Facts.
Like, I'll watch that.
And maybe the main guy was killing because we find when he was kind of talking a little bit about Mickey, when he came back and found that it was a multiple, Mickey 18, he was like, he said Nasha said there were different versions of him as well. So then it is who is actually responsible? Like one soul, one body. Does that really reign true in this situation? If because he said
It came how y'all was explaining it, when y'all was explaining the stakes, and y'all said the 17 felt like it would have been the end of him because 18 was the latest one. If
That's
it was
because-
one body, one soul, then 17 wouldn't have anything to worry about because each one should have played into the next one, right? So it's still a version of 17 that would have been in
the
19.
memories are retained.
But not new memories. So I think that's where they're saying the stakes are different. Because like with 17, him riding the truck back, him getting off the truck, him walking
None
into
of
the
that's
house,
gonna be in
none of
19.
that's going to be in 18.
Okay.
Yeah, remember he flat out said it. Yeah, if he said, "Look, I've only been here for 2 hours. I haven't even lived yet." He said, "You've lived,
Right.
Yeah, and have all the." He said, "Yeah, but if you kill me, then that's it." He said, "Only you will come back. The version of you will come back, not me."
I needed them to make us care. That's the problem. It's like
I feel like he sold that though. I was like, damn, he don't want to die.
Well, he
acted
sold.
it
He
well.
sold.
The
I don't want
story
to
was
die, but
good,
he
though.
didn't sell to me why I should give a shit that he doesn't want to die. I mean, you're already 17, so it's like why? I didn't have enough of Mickey to be like, damn man, Mickey don't want to die, y'all. It didn't connect with me, and I certainly didn't get enough of Naomi Aki to be like, damn, I really want Mickey and Naomi Aki to live happily ever after life. I didn't get any of that. It's like, if you don't take your ass back to that island with Shannon Tatum and them, bro.
So Mickey tries to kill Mickey 18 tried to kill Timu, who's selling drugs, and then the general comes along and kind of breaks everything up. So Mickey 18 runs off with Nasha. Mickey 17 is dragged to the dinner, and earlier on in the movie, because food was in short supply, they were not permitted to have sex. But later it was revealed they were going on this sex expedition to replenish the planet. And in here, again, very in your face, when he said, "I wanted to create a pure white planet full of superior people like her and them." And she asked, "Am I just a uterus to you. And then he was like, no, I don't, objectify women, blah, 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 blah. You also see that he's in a different state than the other guy. So now they bring in women into this whole story as well. Thoughts on the dinner scene?
Oh. No, go ahead.
I was gonna swing it back to Ken, but go ahead.
No, this irked me again because it was just once again. It's like, all right, bro, y'all, we get it. He's Trump. We get it. Like, women lost body autonomy. We get it. It wasn't impactful. It was just like, this is corny. This is like an after school special. This is just cheesy. It's like, bro,
I thought I was tripping. I'm glad to hear that you was, because I was sitting there thinking the same thing.
get this fucking Saved by the Bell shit out of here, bro. We
This
know
was
Jesse's
like,
not supposed to do drugs.
This
dog.
was like my friend Martin. That's what this shit was.
You
man.
stupid as hell.
That's what
But
this
see,
was, bro.
but it's impactful for some people.
yeah, children.
Children. We don't always need something over the top.
Just make me think a little bit,
Just a
bro.
But you
little
have
bit.
movies like that already.
So, right. So why do I need this?
I'm not saying you do.
Who does?
Somebody does. Somebody
I wanna
does.
know.
Like,
I
come
don't
on,
know.
y'all.
Some child needs it. I can't imagine. And this is gonna sound mean. I don't really mean for it too, but y'all already think I'm an asshole anyway. I can't see an adult watching this and being like, "Damn, I never thought about that before."
Maybe
I
not.
can't see it, dude. If you're just watching this and you're like, "This is entertainment," and I'm really enjoying Robert Pattinson's acting performance, Naomi Aki is killing it, and I love what he's doing with Trump. If that's it, fine. But if someone's like, "Wow, yo,
I just feel.
did you ever think about how the rich people treat the poor? I just saw Mickey 17."
I just think it's another creative way to tell that story.
Yeah, see, I didn't find it creative. That's the problem. I didn't find it
Well,
creative.
it's different. A different way to tell the story.
I think there's a reason nobody's done it this way because it's so basic.
I mean, everyone could have the same knowledge, right?
Yes.
Of what's going on in this world, what's going on in this country, across
Yeah.
whatever. But some people can have a unique way of telling said story, and I thought this was his unique way of telling said story. Now I know he's done it again, done it in other ways, but it's just another way he's done it. You know, I don't know.
I think him having a unique way to tell a story that he's already used prior makes it not unique anymore.
I got you.
But
That's fair.
again, I'm not telling you not to like it. I'm not.
Yeah. I'm not saying. All I'm saying is that I just don't think it's as bad as you guys. That's all I'm saying. I just could appreciate someone telling a simple story to some, because I think some people still go over their heads.
Ooh. Who? Damn. You
I
think
do.
You
I
think
do.
this went over somebody's head?
A little person.
Yeah, because
Oh my God.
That's fucked up. That's fucked
At
up.
least you didn't say the M word.
I know.
man.
I know.
Damn, it's still fucked up. Though.
I think some people.
Oh my God, bro.
I think there are people that don't think about life as a whole, like you know what I'm saying? Like they're very stuck in their own worlds.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So something like this might click for them. Like, oh shit. I didn't even think about that.
I kind of want to meet that person.
I hate it for that person.
I'm just curious. How do you go day to day? Like, do you need instructions for toothpaste?
That person,
Like,
hey, that person right there.
Oh, man.
Jeez.
I don't want to be on the road with that person.
Nah, I don't even want to.
You might really be confused between red and green.
I don't want to exist in the same space as that person.
Oh man. I just look at it like some people receive messages
Yes.
different ways.
This is true.
You know what I mean? So
This is true.
this might connect the way Okja might didn't connect the same way, or
feel you.
or Snowpiercer. Is it called that? Is that what it's called?
Snowpiercer.
That may not have connect, which I don't understand why they wouldn't have connected either, because that was simple. But this one might have. I mean,
get it.
Hunger Games, like, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, people like Hunger Games, and I feel like that's the same shit.
You're right. You're so spot on right. And what you just said is why I don't love this movie.
I got you.
Because Hunger Games was so on the face
it was good.
and so simplistic. I do think Hunger Games was good. I loved
do
Hunger
too.
Games. But the fact that it was so simplistic and it got the point across, it's like, why do we need y'all to do the exact same thing again? In a less interesting way.
Mm.
They built a better world in Hunger Games.
They
too.
definitely did.
Like they didn't build a great world here.
This
Like,
should have been Mickey
this
14 and a half before we got to 17.
Yeah, this movie was 2 hours and 17 minutes long, but they still felt like they were rushing. Like I don't
Facts.
understand how that happens.
Facts. They were trying to cram in so many different like social issues into one movie, and it's like, bro, we don't need all this. Like the main part about a movie, I know that this sounds so MAGA, but the main point of a movie is like make a good movie, make an entertaining movie, and then if you want to throw social issues in there, do that. But you still have to make a good, entertaining movie.
Facts.
That's where I think that this movie slipped a little bit. It wasn't trash. I don't think I'm not all the way with Spike when that it sucked.
Yeah, this movie sucked.
But yeah, I don't think I've ever heard Spike say that. But this was dry, super dry. Anyway,
you know, I'm.
I wanted to bring it back towards you.
Yeah.
The food thing. How did
Mhm.
you feel about that? Because you
Which
said you
part?
would. Because you said you would. You
What were we
would
talking
try
about?
that. Yeah, you said you would do it.
Well, I think the issue here is they gave him like an artificial growth hormone.
Poisons, like, yeah.
You know, and I felt like when somebody said artificial, the president, I think Marshall said artificial meat is crap. I was like, oh, is that a shot? You know, because there is a talk about cloning meat. I
Yeah.
think we had the conversation.
Yeah, that's what I'm
on
saying. And you said you would
Israelites
eat
and all.
it.
But I mean, shit, in here, at least I know by the time we get to us, shit, they would have tested on expendable. It'd be good. You saw how much fat I don't want
They fucked
that.
him.
but we
And
would be the
fucked him up.
Expendables though.
Right. Exactly.
But what? Actually, no.
We
I
got
take
the
that back.
FDA and shit
I
like
take
that.
that back.
Oh,
we're
yeah, we
we're
do
a
have the
step or
FDA,
two
yeah.
above the Expendables.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
Expendables
yeah.
would be actual really poor people.
Yeah.
So never mind. I take all that back.
Oh, like prisoners and shit.
We got
Right.
the FDA from that.
Right.
I think she even said, you know, here's because the ILFA has this fixation on sauce, and sauce is, as she said at this
I
meeting,
did
is the
not.
litmus test of civilization.
Sauce. I missed why she was so obsessed with sauce.
Because that's what kind of rich people are
Yeah.
like too. It's like they
Great
are-
Capone.
yeah, like shit like that. Like they want this exotic something.
Mhm.
Got it.
Her making sauce out of
Tails
the
of
tail
the-
of an exotic creature that's exotic to them.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Got it.
totally some rich people shit. When you were saying that Mark Ruffalo was above this movie, that's exactly how I felt about Toni Collette.
Yes, yeah.
And I was like, bro, your acting chops are not being utilized very well in this film.
And then you got another religious thing where he felt like he was being punished for coming there and not going to Nasha. And then, of course, now there are a little bit more stakes, I think, introduced here, Spike, because Marshall went and got the gun. And he was about to blow his brains out. But that was going to be it for him. And what did he do? He endured
He
that.
acted like he wasn't hurting. So.
Yeah, he endured that extreme pain in order to survive and live to get back to Nasha. And he was like, and why didn't she kill him? Well, why didn't Marshall kill him? Because he would have blooded up the carpet. Again, very much face, but you know, it is what it is. So nevertheless, he goes back, and to his surprise, Nasha's cool with the situation. And she got 2 of them. And Rod, what did she say? She said, if the roles were reversed,
Yeah. She's like, this is exciting.
Yeah, she was ready to get
You
it.
be excited too, right, Sway?
Yeah. If
Oh,
it was 2
yeah.
of them.
yeah, he said you'd be excited
Absolutely.
there with 2 of you. Yeah.
Absolutely.
My question: would you guys do a threesome with yourself?
Why not?
Yeah.
I don't want, but I don't want to see me fucking. I might fuck all weird.
Yeah,
And I
that's a
might not
different
wanna
version.
fuck.
It's a more aggressive version.
I definitely don't want that. You're not gonna be bruising up my fucking.
Yeah, I would have folded. I definitely would have.
You'd have folded.
Yeah, I would have did.
You would have did it.
Yeah, I would have did.
It's you.
Oh, he said folded. I was like, wait, what does that
That's
mean?
funny.
I thought
You would have folded yourself.
I thought Spike was something. I want to get some. I'm folding over. I want a little
He
bit
said,
of this.
I'm gonna fold me over, bro.
Right. I want to find out how good I am. Take care of me.
No.
Shit.
I mean, I would.
Self-care, self-love.
Right. That's not a pause moment because, like, you know,
It's you.
Yeah,
it's you. That's no big deal.
I would've
You can
gave
suck
in.
your own dick, right?
I would have gave in. Nah,
Ooh, that's a good question. Would you?
Nah, I can't.
Yeah, you a lie, Spike. You suck your own dick, bro. You was sucking your
I'm
own
so
dick.
bad, I can suck my own dick.
Right,
That's the song,
right.
Spike. You know that song, and I know you know that song. UGK.
Oh yeah,
Pimp
it is
C.
Pimp C.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
see?
right. Damn.
See?
Mm-mm.
See, Pimp C say you can do it. Hey.
Well, yeah, I would be fine with that. It's me.
I would have had the threesome, yeah, but I don't know. I don't know about sucking my own dick though. About that.
It wouldn't be no reason to.
Nah,
It
exactly.
would just be curiosity.
It would be reason
I
to.
wonder what dick tastes like. If it's mine, what's the big deal? Let me see.
Get some of that sauce and put on the spice.
Give her some of that good sauce.
That's the
boy.
litmus test for civilization, baby. Sauce it up a little bit.
Gay coupon.
But yeah, she was definitely, and she was not sharing, bro. She would not share.
No,
with
she did
Kai.
not want to share.
Nah, she was like,
Like,
she's
both
not-
these, my man.
Right.
Both of these.
Right. She was like, fuck that. I want both
Was
of
that
them.
impactful to y'all too?
Her not sharing.
I didn't even remember who that lady was.
She
She
only
was the
black
one that-
person in the whole movie.
Nah, I'm talking about the white
Right,
lady.
she was the one that her
Oh.
friend died. That's the one. I mean, with her
Jennifer,
lover
yeah.
or
It was
her
whatever.
girlfriend or something,
Yeah,
right?
lover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who that was.
Yeah.
Was that the
who
one
she
that's sitting down by him at the table?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So they
same
showed that
person.
she was pushing up on him, and then that came back. She was like, "Yeah, I see you pushing up on my man, or whatever." So
That was kind of funny that she was like ready to fight and kill everybody for that. But
oh yeah, when
was
she
just
pulled
like
the gun
that.
out on him.
Mm-hmm.
It was very
little
over the
lunchroom.
top and a little goofy early on, but
but that's how men would act with their women.
mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very territorial.
Mm-hmm. Y'all think she really spit on her when she was acting? They just kind of left it in, because remember she was Nasha was cussing out Kai
Okay.
in the hallway when she was gonna go snitch, and she was like, "Ooh," and then kind of rubbed her face. Y'all don't remember that?
I don't.
Yeah, she had, because yeah, she was like, "Nah, I'm not gonna do that," blah blah blah, and then she was like, "Ooh," like, and then rubbed her face like it was a piece of like spit on her face, and I was wondering if they kind of left that in or
I missed
or
that.
not.
Yeah, I missed that
I
too.
totally missed
Yeah.
that.
But were y'all? Well, yeah, I guess.
What?
Move on. Well, I was just wondering if you guys were surprised that she didn't want to share,
Because they were making a point of how men would act if that was the roles were reversed.
and they were breaking the rules too. Nobody was supposed to be having sex, and they were. And Kai was.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I don't think she was having sex either. Maybe she wanted a piece of that.
Well, she could have sex because she was in a lesbian relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it wouldn't have been a big deal because their whole point of y'all not procreate. Oh no, it was about
They were saying the calories.
calories.
Yeah,
You're
100
right.
calories.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Which
but
could
they
have
still
been-
wouldn't use her for that would have ended
Yeah,
up being
true.
rape.
True. Then that could have been just a thing that they told them to get them not to engage into it so they can get to the planet. So it could have been some type of, it could have been lying.
Interesting, kind of.
So anyway, we kind of see, the two 18 and 17 talking. Marshall is being this big buffoon on the television, and he finds out about the whole dinner and just flips out. And he's doing this whole religious ceremony, and 17. I think him doing the religious ceremony while people are suffering. Here he is, almost killed this man and put this man through this tough pressure. You have them fighting over, a lover, and he's out there acting a damn fool. And people below him, the lower class, of course, are suffering. So obviously that was very intentional on them doing that. And then 18 runs out to kill him. And I thought my alarm was going off. And then you have the whole situation where he's trying to kill him with the creepers popping out. Any thoughts on this scene? When chaos ensued, when the two baby creepers emerged from the rock?
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right.
You got anything, bro?
That's when they found out that there were multiples and his disgust for multiples.
He wanted them killed.
Yeah. So
Was this like the whole?
this is when they got arrested.
No.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, was this the whole like Trump assassination shit when he had just a little mark on his
ear.
on his eye?
Oh shit! I don't know why I didn't even think about that, bro. But
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know when they.
I feel like
Because they. I don't
feel
know.
like it seems like
This
it,
movie
but
was already done.
Yeah, this movie had to be done
Okay.
before that.
Yeah, it was already done before that happened.
Yeah, but that's what was weird about it because I felt like some stuff was still like
I agree with you.
lining up with like today's time. That's what I thought was interesting about this movie. I'm like, well, dang, some of this shit seems like relevant today.
The assassination definitely seemed like the Trump shit.
Yeah,
It did, but I feel like what Ken said, the movie had to be made by when was that?
but you could have added something else later,
Maybe
right?
shot it again.
hmm
When was the Trump?
Did you think the little
Last year.
assassination attempt was like the Trump shit?
The what now? Say
The
again?
assassination attempt was like the Trump shit.
When he
think-
got
Oh,
shot
in the
his
movie?
ear?
Yes.
But wouldn't the movie have been done?
Because I think they wanted to release the movie last year, but
When did the first assassination attempt happen?
it was last year. Wasn't it? Yeah,
It was, but was it before or after they were supposed to already release this movie?
Oh, that.
So yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, I guess it wouldn't have made sense for this to have been.
But it was very similar.
Yeah, the movie premiered at the 75th Berlin International Film Festival on February 15th, 20. No, that was this year.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out like mid-year last year.
Yeah,
And I don't think the assassination attempt happened until I don't know.
But they could have changed it. They do that stuff in movies all the time.
Yeah, before y'all
That
asked,
seemed like an
now,
expensive reshoot right there, though. To go and add
yeah,
that
but
in
they'd
there.
probably be like, well, somebody might not get it. Someone might not get that it's supposed to be Trump.
filming was finished in January 2023.
Yeah, I don't think so then. I mean, I don't know if they would have went back and added that because they would have had to get all of the actors back, get them all back in costume. That might just be a coincidence.
The
maybe.
Trump thing was July 13th, 2024.
Yeah, that's what I thought mid-year sometime. Yeah, so I don't think so.
But it seemed like it.
It did seem like it until y'all asked.
Yeah. So that was another thing about this movie. I thought it was like eerily similar to current things that's happening today. But I guess those things always are happening.
Yeah. So anyway, they get arrested after the assassination attempt. The scientists realize that you can communicate with the creatures and they're sentient beings, and they're thrown in jail. Because she was trying to say that, oh, he was just trying to save you, but she was like, nah, you're a multiple lover, I think, and threw him in jail or whatever. And then here comes Timu again, which, I guess is, a reference of your debt follows you wherever you go. So you can't ever escape from it. Because this guy wanted to get a video of him cutting up people and sending it back. And they were trying to figure out who's who. They break out, and that was it. Here comes the general again to stop everything that's going on. Do you guys think the general was, by his lack of action, and he actually did something later on, but this is another, well, no. Never mind, I'll take that back. I was going to ask about his complicity in the events that were going on, because he knew fuck shit was going on, but he never really done anything, and I guess he didn't really take action until he had evidence.
The general.
Yeah,
The real quiet Asian guy that didn't really.
Oh
do shit.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anyway, so we're at the final scene now, and when they shot and killed the creeper, all the other creepers start surrounding the place, and their plan was to bomb them with nerve gas and kill all of them. And they went out to sent the 17 and 18 out to capture Tails. She wanted 100 tails, but they also attached a bomb to his arm to hold him hostage and threaten to kill him. There was a translator, and I'm speeding this up, but there was a translator developed that the scientists gave to them. But she said, for what it's worth, I don't think he would kill both of you. Why do you guys think she said that?
I don't know.
Because at the end of the day, he still needs one of them.
He needs at least one on right.
Yeah.
For the
Oh,
printing.
you're talking about the president.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about why the creeper wouldn't kill both of
No,
them.
the
Yeah,
creeper's it.
clearly the president needs, because you're not supposed to have more than one expendable.
Right.
So there would be no reason for him to kill both of them, because then there'd be no expendable left. You can't reprint if the one expendable is gone, right? Isn't that?
I thought they could just reprint it.
I thought they had.
No, they need at least one.
I thought they had to have. Well, actually, yeah. Now I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
now.
I think it was just the fact that they need at least one to continue to.
How would they
program.
need one if they reprinted him when he wasn't there?
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, because they just used that little brick thing.
No,
they
you're
was
right.
gonna leave him
They destroyed
down.
the brick thing, though.
They was gonna leave him down in the whatchamacallit.
Well, if they destroyed the brick thing, that might be why they needed the one.
Ah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
all
didn't
his-
think
his-
that hard
yeah.
about this shit.
His memories were gone. Okay. All right.
I thought it was cool that the translator to the creatures or whatever.
I thought the voice, it was robotic. I think their interpretation of how the alien would sound was.
Sound
A
like
little goofy.
Snuffleupagus.
I liked it. I liked how it
Hey,
sounded.
Big Bird.
You did?
I did like how it sounded.
I don't even remember how it sounded.
I can't describe it.
Secret.
It wasn't like full sentences or anything like that.
Yeah, it was broken up.
Yeah.
That's fine. I mean, if I can tolerate it in what was that alien movie where they would spit things on the little
wall
screen and
that was fire.
I forget what it was called. If I can take it
Damn,
from
what
that,
was
then-
that?
Was it not Armageddon? Jesus,
They cut
is it Annihilation? Is that what it's called?
Nah,
I can't remember the name of the movie. It's the excellent, amazing film, but
fire.
we reviewed it.
Yeah, we did.
Fuck. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
The alien was shooting the little stuff on.
Yeah.
there, had to translate it. That
Did
shit
y'all
was
laugh
fire.
when that alien spit at him? I forgot the alien tongue the Marshall earlier when it came out of
That was
rock.
kind of funny.
But yeah, the alien spit at him. He threw the shit at him. He swerved and shit like that. But this, But this is the part you were talking about, Rod, where it was like Message in the movie where he was just going off talking about these aliens, this aliens, that. She was like, "You fucking idiot! We're the aliens," you know, blah 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 blah. And she went the fuck off.
There was 4 people in the theater that were like, "Oh, that's what the Native American people have been saying this whole time for the past however many years, hundreds of years. I get it now."
It was just her performance. I thought her performance was great. But I did think it was like crazy when he just like shut up and didn't really say anything.
Yeah, none of them said anything.
And then he dropped her, and then he was like bite or whatever. I was like, oh, that's
She got some
evil.
strong jaws.
That's what she said. That's what. That's what I think. That's what Ilfa said, bro. He said it like, yeah, her mouth.
That's a strong mouth right there, boy. Jesus.
I'm leaving that one alone.
Yeah, but it was crazy though. I just thought it was real, like just showed his level of evil when he did that. He's like, shut the fuck up and just bite down on this.
Yeah.
It was like bite.
She was trying to save the little animal. And I was like, oh.
You don't fucking with that, man?
He did it with Okja. Sorry, he did it with Okja, but better.
This is when the general finally decided not to be silent. This was like,
Yeah,
hey, man, this
record it.
motherfucker crazy. You need to record all this shit.
Record
I don't- This shit is insane. We need to get this shit handled. So that's why I was like, oh, so he and every you know, he would come around. He would stop certain things from happening. Like he stopped Timu from getting killed. He stopped Timu from getting killed twice. Actually, you know, first time he was about to become human waste in that little molten lava thing.
Yeah.
And the second time, Timu was about to get chopped up with the chainsaw, you know, and this time it was just everything that was going on. So, but yeah, so they went to talk to the leader. And what about the defense mechanisms that the creepers had when they all just turned into?
I thought that was dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was dope. Because you couldn't really tell who, where he was or whatever.
They were trying to hide the main one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. By making themselves bigger. No.
Nothing, Spike? Huh? You didn't think that was clever?
No. It was like you knew they was gonna do something, and they didn't seem like a violent creatures, like a violent species or whatever it may be. So it now that I'm talking about, yes, this was clever because they didn't have to do nothing violent to like protect it. They more so it was an illusion.
Mm-hmm.
But they were still bigger. So it's like they
They were different sizes.
they made themselves they were trying to hide the big one by
Piling
on top of each other to make them bigger. And it's like, well, he's just gonna shoot all of the big piles.
That's what he was eventually gonna do. Yeah.
Yeah, so it wasn't really that clever, was it?
It worked.
Only because what's his face stepped in.
No. Well, yeah. Eventually, he's just gonna because he said just shoot them all. Fuck it.
Right. That's why I
Yeah.
was
But
like,
for a
let's
while,
fuck
it
up.
worked for a little second.
Yeah, I guess.
Because they were like, shoot that one. Then when he got ready to shoot it, they would, break apart.
Mhm.
He was like, oh fuck, that ain't it.
I thought it was intense though.
I didn't think it was intense because I had no feelings for the big one either. It was just like, you didn't give me any reason to care about this big roly poly.
You didn't care about the creeper babies, Zuko, Puko, and Luko.
That was their name.
That was their names, really?
Their names were Puko and something else.
I didn't.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't.
Zuko and was the one that was hanging onto the chain.
Typically, a movie like this will make me feel something for like the little aliens, especially if they're like kind of cute. But these weren't cute enough for me to care.
Hmm.
I don't think roly polies are cute. So I mean, if they look like ladybugs, maybe, or like little moths or something, but roly polies, nah.
Okay. Why do y'all think M18 sacrificed himself?
He was a revolutionary.
That's a strong word.
He was. I mean, that's how he I mean, he was. He just, you know, he's willing to shoot the president. Like, you know, like, yeah.
Yeah, I guess he was.
But he didn't want to die.
He's anti-establishment.
I guess he just didn't. Yeah, he was anti-establishment, and I don't think he really, you know, he knew that he knew the risk that he was taking by taking the stands that he was taking. Yeah, and he was just like, stop being a bitch. He was telling Mickey 17, stop being a bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't let him talk to you that way. Like, you know, all of that. Like, he was just a complete opposite of Mickey 17.
Did you believe the mama creeper when she said that if you guys don't get the baby, I'm gonna kill all you guys?
Yeah, I did. I had no reason to believe. I had no reason to think otherwise. You know what I'm saying? That when they made that loud sound and shit, and they was all like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Oh shit, they might actually."
The only thing that got me was when they were doing it. I was like, his ears isn't bleeding, but then she was like, cover your ears, and she was like, everything explode, and I was like, how the hell are they gonna do that?
Did you yell out pause when she said that, Spike?
No.
Oh.
So I thought it was funny that they were kind of bluffing towards the end because he kind of was questioning the same thing. He was like, well, wait a minute. And she was like, and they were like, he sent the little baby thing to go do it. You know, so I was like, okay, so it was a bluff. But
It felt like it.
It did in the moment? Really?
Because they weren't presenting them as violent at all. Like, if they had shown any of them actually kill anybody, then maybe I would have been fooled. But even when they were being attacked, it didn't show them kill anybody. So I never had any reason to think that they were violent. And plus, by this point, they had already driven the message home of who these people were or who they represent. So I was like, they're not gonna kill nobody.
Who do you think they represented?
Natives.
You don't think they would try to protect? You don't think they try to protect?
I definitely do, but
yeah.
I think the movie that the message the movie was trying to bring home is the natives are not the violent ones. They are.
Yeah.
So if the natives actually started killing folks, I think some of us would have seen that as justified. But these people that y'all are referring to that you think would be super impressed and not think about these messages, I think they, you know what this was? This was like the flag smashers in Nigga Bird. I think if they hadn't had the flag smashers kill anybody, then they would have not been able to make them seem like, you know, do you know what I'm saying? Like they made the flag smashers kill people because they wanted to make them villains in the show.
Okay.
If they had never done that, then it would have been really hard to figure out why Nigga Bird and them are fighting the flag smashers. This is the movie. This movie is kind of the opposite of that. Like if they had made the little roly-poly things actually kill the other folks, then I think it would have been a little bit harder to make the average person empathize with them. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering, like, what are their defense mechanisms?
Nothing. They turn the little balls and roll over on you.
It didn't seem like they had any predators on that planet, so would they have to have a defense?
You said
You're
they
right.
didn't or
We didn't
had,
see
or they
any.
did or didn't have.
We didn't see any, so
Yeah, we
don't
didn't
think
see
there
it.
were
It
any.
didn't seem like it. It seemed like a vast population of them.
So we don't know anything about the creatures, what do they eat or
Right.
anything like
Okay,
that. I
okay.
think the creatures, to a certain degree, they all looked alike. So they were multiples themselves. It's like black people. They weren't black.
Racist as
though.
hell.
They
man.
weren't. They weren't.
That's racist as
You
fuck.
know. So, but yeah. Shit. What about the communication? The way that 17 was able to communicate back to Nasha that the baby needed to be saved or they were gonna die.
That was cute. I liked that.
They were like, "What is she saying? I don't understand. What are they doing? What is
that
this
was
type
cute.
of
He was-
language?"
I was like, oh, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, was Marshall's death satisfying?
No, we didn't really see it.
But you know, he was kind of fucked up and evil. You didn't like Toni Collette because she was kind of really the brains behind the whole thing.
Yeah, she was all sad. That was their Elon. Yeah, she was all sad and crying. But I mean, she's gonna act her ass off.
Yeah.
Always. So
Yeah.
it was fine.
I thought it was a little satisfying. But I'm with you. We didn't see. Okay, what I thought was satisfying was seeing her reaction.
Sure.
You know, I did like seeing her reaction because she
Mhm.
was just as fucked up as him.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
like a puppet master, basically.
Yeah. Just cut off the tails of the thing, just chopped it up with no remorse, and so.
And basically, she was basically guiding him. Like, she was telling him what to do.
You're like, yeah, did you like that? Was that good? You like that? More of that, huh? Yeah. So, well, and that was it. So, yeah, Marshall's dead. They get the baby back. Everything is fine. I think that in the aftermath, we see that Yuffie. We find out that Yuffie commits suicide. Now she goes into politics. She committed suicide after going to a psych ward. Timo, again, he gets jumped because Darius Blake didn't get what he wanted, but he somehow survived again, represented himself, got off trial, and we found out that the creepers lied. And any thoughts on the scene?
They destroyed the printer.
Yeah, they destroyed the printer. And this whole red button was this thing that was always around, that he kept punishing himself for it, which was why he was apprehensive about killing it. And when they got ready to go off the ship to go talk to the creepers, 18 told him that you didn't kill your mom.
Mhm.
It was a defect in the vehicle, which, of course, removes that guilt from him. He was finally able to kind of get past that by pushing the button. But also, once again, speaks to, like, corporations, like, they just made a shitty thing and it led to somebody's death. But here you are, the one that's actually suffering for the actions of this corporation. And basically the point where you went off to become an expendable to die over and over and over again. And then even when Elfie came through with the printer, and when she was like, oh yeah, if you think I'm fake, touch me. And then the blood that kind of pulled out of her wrist kind of also formed a button too as well. Yeah. And then I think this was probably one of the few times we seen on the planet that there wasn't a storm, there was actually light out. For the most time, there was always this ice storm that was going on as well. And that was pretty much the movie.
I did like the whole dream sequence part. I thought that was interesting because at first I was like, "What? Why the fuck was that there?" But I thought that was cool that they were trying to make it seem like they've been living under this oppressive society for so long that even though they finally got to a point where everything worked out, they still had this leftover kind of trauma or whatever that was just lingering. Because at first I was like, oh shit, she came back. She found a way. And then, oh no, she's printing another version of the president. And then when he woke up, I was like, well, that was dumb. What the fuck did they do that for? But once it was over, I was like, oh, I get it now. So that was actually kind of cool.
And it was still kind of so low-key treating him like he was like, I really don't give a fuck, is what the guy said.
Yeah.
And also in that, I think she kind of was like, and maybe Spike, you had checked out by then, but she said, yeah, true appeal for sauce is, she said, a true appeal is sauce that can appeal to an ignorant one like you. And she said that, it only would appeal to somebody with a refined palate or something along those lines. That
When in the dream sequence.
Yeah, you have to be of a certain class to even get it. But she said this sauce you can actually get. But yeah. But I think, ultimately at the end of the day, it's, I'll go back to one of the things about, I've said this on Is the Mic Still On before, and it just kind of, it's an observation that she was like, if you look at society, if you look at humans in general, the only thing that changes is technology. Humans don't change. They're pretty much the same over and over and over again. And 30 years from now, you'll see the same thing. Like, so instead of making a movie about an AI robot, they made one about an actual human that you can clone over and over again. And, you see, if you think about papers and you see how papers get stuck in printers and it just comes out. Shit, sometimes we walk away from the damn printer. We come back, papers all over the floor. So they had no, because he wasn't shit to them. They were like, oh yeah, he'll just come back.
And they showed that too. He just kind of fell on the floor and shit.
Mm-hmm. And then they rush over.
Mm-hmm.
He would get jammed and stuff like that. So it was interesting, like human printing. And these 3D printers is now. And they just make whatever they
do
want.
exist now.
Hmm?
They do exist now.
Yeah.
Not like actual. At least I don't know.
Shit, I think they've cloned animals and shit.
Who knows? Shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they are putting 3D-dimensional objects though. So it's like, man.
Yeah. Yep. So,
I'm telling you, Mike.
All right,
man. You gotta stay
I don't
woke, baby.
Yeah, I'm trying. I
don't think there's been a movie that, you know, and I'm not, well, I'm gonna disagree with you in terms of it being a movie sucking. I know that's your opinion. You think the movie is terrible, you know, but I think the movie is fine, and I think he wrote it in a understandable way for people to kind of grasp and understand what's going on. But I do think the idea of printing humans, you know, I don't think I've seen a movie like that before or exploring this concept. I do was like,
Cloning.
They did it in Westworld.
I mean, cloning,
Cloning,
yeah,
but
but
Mhm.
you know, printing out humans.
Yeah, I feel you.
It's kind of crazy, like a piece of paper. That's insane.
Yeah.
You know, it's just been cloning. Like, well, they've normally been in tubes,
Mhm.
you know, and shit like that. So,
Yeah.
Yep. Any other thoughts?
No, that's it, man. Yeah, it was an enjoyable watch for me personally. Like I said, I didn't expect to get some enjoyment out of it. You know, I had no desire to see it, but you know, nonetheless, it was fun.
Okay. Yeah, it's, you know, I most of the movies in our first quarter, you know, they tend to be, you know, a little rough, and I don't know how well this will resonate with people. I think they'll have to make their money in the global market. The fact that it's not performing well, I don't know, in spite of the figures in it. So I don't know.
I feel like we got some good watches coming up.
Trump shut that shit down. That's why.
We got,
Trump ain't worried about this movie. Actually, Trump's so stupid he probably wouldn't even think that was him.
you don't even know it's
Yeah.
about him. We got that Ryan Coogler movie coming up. With
I ready to talk about other
I'm
shit.
hyped for that.
We got that lady in the yard. That preview
looks pretty
was
good.
fire. Yeah, I
That looks
like
pretty
that.
good, too.
And the Robert De Niro movie too.
Oh,
I
the
haven't
Saints
watched the
thing.
trailer
Is
for
it
that.
some Saints or something like
Mhm.
that? Yeah.
Where he playing two roles. It's like a mafia movie.
Yeah, that looks good too.
Yeah. Hopefully they're better than this.
Oh, they gotta be. The bar is in hell.
Damn.
Crazy.
The bar is hell.
It's probably gonna win awards and shit, I bet you.
That
I don't think it's being talked about enough. So I do think it's not hitting with a lot of people. So it is struggling.
I just
Yeah.
feel like the way they hyped up his last movie, they just are gonna act like this is like a masterpiece film.
Yeah, and I'm seeing here that it's probably gonna go digital March 25th. So they're like, man, we need to get this shit out of the theaters, bro. Let's just sell it to somebody.
I think that one went straight to
It did.
Netflix. Yeah.
Yep, it did.
Yeah, so anyway, there you have it. Mickey 17. Let us know what you guys think about it, and we'll catch you guys
Damn.
next time.
Damn.
aneurysm right there.
Yeah.
It's a
Jesus.
different Ken.
Y'all about to say he been printed out. The printer was fucked up. The printer glitched.
Yeah, it did. It did. We out. Peace.
Damn, Kenny 17 ain't working today.
Kenny 18. Get him up.